What's up, guys? Daryl from Smart Shooters, and today I wanted to talk about a subject that I saw on YouTube, and I think it's a fair conversation to have, and that's, is it safe to conceal carry as a black man? Well, let's talk about it. Now, I'm making this video in response to a YouTuber named Big Bang Business. Check him out on YouTube. Just search it, Big Bang Business. He'll pop up. And he made a video and wanted to know people's thoughts on, should black men carry? Like, is it safe for us to carry in America? And honestly, my answer is always going to be yes. So before I dive in, my background, I am a 2A advocate for the black community. I am a firearms instructor. I am a USCCA certified firearms instructor. I am also a USCCA certified trainer counselor, which means that I am certified to train other people who want to become certified instructors. So that's kind of what I do day in and day out. In addition to YouTube and gun reviews, I'm usually doing private sessions on the range, training, coaching. We assist people with buying firearms, the whole nine. You can learn more about what we do at our website. I'm gonna put it right here. Is it safe for black men to carry in America? I feel like it's as safe as it's gonna get. So a lot of our issues, when we think about what could go wrong with carrying as black men, let's talk about it. So one issue that could go wrong is the police coming to a scene where we are using our firearms to either repel a threat or to eliminate a threat and stop the threat. We may be perceived as the threat. And that's a real reality. I've found and studied several cases where police have pulled up to scenes, seen a guy, not necessarily black, holding a gun, shot him thinking he was the guy that they were responding to, and in reality, he was the good guy. So that is a reality. Do I think that's a reality amongst all people? For sure. Is it a reality amongst black men? It's a little more of a scary reality, right? Because you feel like no matter which side of the issue that you're on, you could always be perceived as the bad guy. So there's one issue that could go wrong with us carrying. Another issue is everybody who may happen to see us carry calling the police. Now, I conceal carry, but there are times where I carry outside of the waistband. I just had an incident where somebody tried to get me thrown out of a grocery store because I was carrying outside the waistband. And when I went to reach for something, my pistol was showing and they were intimidated and scared. So they went and tried to get me thrown out of a store. Now, luckily, I know my rights in Michigan when it comes to property owners of real business rights. And I was able to dismiss all of them with no issues. But that is a reality, right? Somebody said, and before somebody says, how do you know it was because you were black? It was because she said, this big black guy walking around with a big black gun. So I assume that me being black has something to do with it. And that's a reality of being a black man who carries in America. People get intimidated even when you just minding your business. But that being said, you still should carry. There are things that you can do that would make carrying a whole lot easier. Actually, I shouldn't say a whole lot easier, but things that I feel like I do, that I teach my students to do to just mitigate some of the issues that come with it. For example, Michigan is a required to notify state. So we are required, if you're carrying in a motor vehicle and you're stopped by the police, or even if you're walking and stopped by the police, you are required to notify them and let them know that you're carrying. I tell my students, no matter where you are, I would do it anyway, even if I wasn't required to. But one of the most important things that come with notifying the police that you're carrying is the language that you use. For example, I don't wait for them to ask me, I tell them. But I don't say things like, good morning, officer, I have guns in the car. Good morning, officer, I'm carrying a weapon. I make sure I'm very clear and intentional with my language. Good morning, officer. I am a CPL holder because in Michigan we have CPLs, concealed pistol licenses. CCW in Michigan is considered a felony. But it really is. Good morning, officer. I am a CPL holder and I'm carrying today. My pistol is on my 3 o'clock position. How would you like to proceed? With my hands on the steering wheel, with me not moving, not flinching, making sure that I have my license, registration, and CPL in hand, ready to go. One of the things that my OGs taught me was to always have that information put in the visor, so that way you don't even have to reach for a glove box and they can't mistake me reaching for anything else. All right, does that fix all racial prejudices that may come with police officers? No. In my personal experience, which I've had to do several times now, does that give the officer more peace of mind when knowing that I'm carrying? Yes. There's no mystery to it. There was nothing I was trying to hide from him. It was simply me telling the officer, hey, I am a CPL holder and I'm carrying today. Using that type of language, even telling them where exactly the gun is, most times has ended in me talking about what type of gun do I carry, which of course is the Walther PDP. But we'll talk about that later because sometimes it's the Glock 48 MOS. Anyways, that's one thing that you can do that just eliminates that issue altogether. But there's more things I feel like as black men that we shouldn't have to do, but we can do that can make things just smoother for us as concealed carriers or as gun owners, period. Another thing that you can do that just kind of helps ease the headaches and nuances that come with being a black man that owns and carries a firearm is concealed carry. Now, I know there are those out there who's like, it's my right to open carry. Michigan is an open carry state, but it's not like open carry is legal. It's just not illegal, which makes it legal. So I just want to make sure I clarify that. But concealed carry eliminates all of that. People can't complain about the gun they don't know you're carrying. I'm telling you, I have very little issues when it comes to carrying as long as nobody can see I'm carrying. Now, there are times when I'm up north, for example. The Michigan people know what it means to be up north. My gun range is up north. We got a 10-acre gun range up there. And I carry my Glock 40, my 10 millimeter, because we got black bears, and I need to make sure that I can actually stop the bear. That being said, there is no concealed carry in this. It's got like a 5 and some change inch slide. Like there's no concealed carry in this whatsoever. But when you up north, people know what come with that. When I'm in the grocery store, probably gonna do the Glock 48 MOS. I wouldn't even do the Walther PDP because the Walther PDP is a little more chunky, which normally is my EDC. But when I'm going somewhere nobody needs to know I'm concealed carrying, is this. I do things that I make sure that I don't draw extra attention to myself. And to be honest, I'm not stereotyping black men at all or anybody in the black culture. But what I'm saying is I take the onus and effort to try to eliminate any reason at all for anybody to bother me. And if they don't know I'm carrying, 10 times out of 10, they're going to leave me alone and just keep it moving. If I was to take this question a step further, I would say that it is not safe to not carry as a black man. And, you know, I get in controversy with my family and friends about this type of stuff because a lot of them think, oh, I do the most, or I don't have to carry a gun everywhere I go. But the sad reality is I would defend my life 10 times out of 10 before I ever would want to be in a position where I felt helpless and I was at the liberty of whoever was on the other side of a gun. I'm never going to be in that position, all right? It's always going to be me in court talking to the judge, going against the prosecutor. It's never going to be me on the ground waiting on the morgue to come pick my body up. That's just how I feel about it. And I encourage every black man, every black woman, and every other citizen in America that if you can legally arm yourself, you absolutely should. I have no idea what you're waiting on. All right. Take a class. It doesn't even, if you're in Michigan, it don't even have to be with me. Take a class with a qualified, certified instructor. Do some basic pistol classes. Don't jump straight into concealed carry class. Take a basic pistol class. Take an introduction class. One of the things that I found works very well in smart shooters introductory classes is these training pistols from the USCCA. It's a Glock 17 Gen 3. These training pistols help so many people with just the basics of grip, of stance, learning how to line up your sights, even drawing from a holster. It fits in my Glock 17 holster. I had to do a little modification, but it fits. And I'm able to help students practice drawing from holsters and a safe environment with something that they know they can't kill themselves with. Whatever you have to do as an individual, especially an African-American individual, to get comfortable carrying a firearm, I strongly suggest you do so. Take a beginner class, all right? The last thing I want to do is put a 1911 in somebody's hand and completely scare them off and away from firearms. That's not my intentions whatsoever. I am very big on easing people into it. So whatever you got to do to start from the beginning, I strongly suggest that you do it, because as a black man in America, in the Midwest, where stuff is really getting crazy as far as racism goes, I always rather be caught with it than without it. But when I say caught with it, I mean in a legal way. I mean, there's never a time where I'm in public and I'm not armed, because I know the realities of being a black man in this country. And I don't think anybody should play the pity party role. I think you should take advantage of the Second Amendment. That's literally what it's there for. In conclusion, is it safe for a black man to own and carry a firearm in this country? Yes, it will always be safer for him to do it than to be caught without it. And that's my honest opinion. If you're interested in taking classes, there's tons of reputable instructors out there. If you're in the West Michigan area, I strongly suggest hitting up Smart Shooters. Myself and my employees would love to take care of you. I got a great staff, including one of our instructors is a licensed psychologist. Another one is a former Marine. I mean, I think once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine. But we got a team of people that can take care of you. So hit us up, www.smart-shooters.com. And I look forward to hearing y'all's thoughts in the comments below.